Not every target that appears before a snake is an easy prey. Sometimes, just a single decision to strike is enough to drag them into a confrontation far beyond their initial expectations. Venom, speed, or lightning-fast strikes can bring down many prey, but not every opponent will submit that way. There are encounters where even the predator must pay the price for misjudging what stands before them. Welcome to the world where venomous fangs must face opponents they never imagined. Brown snake versus tiger snake.
The instant I move and progress towards
The brown snake and tiger snake, two butchers carrying the most deadly venom on the Australian continent, create a fateful showdown in the world of venomous serpents.
causes the snake to react again by lunging forward, holding instant turns and attempts to flee in the opposite direction.
If the eastern brown snake subdues its opponents with lightning-fast striking speed, a recklessly aggressive nature, and highly potent venom that coagulates the victim's blood in mere minutes,
I hope this helps clarify some things, everyone.
then the tiger snake is an even more versatile predator. While many other venomous snakes specialize in only one type of toxin, the tiger snake's venom is a complex biological cocktail. Neurotoxins, myotoxins, and highly potent procoagulants relentlessly attack all of the victim's organ systems simultaneously. Before these two terrors, the boundary between life and death for any creature has never been so fragile.
Sort of over the top of him.
Facing an all-around hunting machine both on land and in water like the tiger snake, who will truly seize control? The brown snake possesses a dense concentration of diagonal and longitudinal muscle bundles surrounding its spine. It does not use crushing force, but continuously tightens its grip every time the tiger snake exhales, completely eliminating the expansion space of the rib cage and squeezing the main blood vessels leading to the heart. The tiger snake writhes and thrashes to escape, but the flexible ribs help the brown snake stick to every movement, resolutely refusing to loosen its vice grip. The desperate struggle gradually fades, proving the ruthless law of survival. The victor will devour the weaker to survive. Monitor lizard versus king cobra. Monitor lizards, reckless butchers carrying the warrior bloodline of the ancient reptilian kingdom. With no inclination for stealth, this beast subdues the wild with its heavily muscled body, flesh-tearing claws, and a whip-like tail that torments any opponent. Possessing apex predatory intelligence and a forked tongue that sweeps up all chemical trails, the monitor lizard turns every terrain, from swamps and thick jungles to deserts, into a bloody arena. Facing venomous foes, this stubborn omnivore is willing to endure any retaliatory bites in exchange for a lucrative protein feast. Before the monitor lizard's razor-sharp serrated teeth, the death sentence for the prey has officially been set. The scientific name of the king cobra is Ophiophagus hanna, which means snake eater. However, a large, plump, and protein-rich monitor lizard is always a lucrative snack that the king cobra is willing to risk its life to hunt down. When confronting venomous snakes, the monitor lizard relies on its armor to shrug off strikes, lunging in to crush the opponent's head. Unlike other snakes that just bite and release, the king cobra sinks its large fangs, chewing continuously to pump a massive amount of neurotoxic venom deep into the monitor lizard's muscle fibers. Although reptiles have better venom resistance and tolerance than mammals, against a destructive dosage from the king cobra, the monitor lizard's defense system is completely dismantled. Mongoose versus king cobra. The mongoose, a frenzied gladiator possessing a fearless nervous system and terrifying electric reflex speeds unmatched in the cold-blooded kingdom. This small carnivorous mammal subdues venomous reapers with a super-calculating brain and an innate, apex neurotoxin-resistant mechanism. When facing its natural enemy, the mongoose activates a lightning-fast slaughter mode, turning into a speed phantom that dances continuously to deceive the opponent's vision. Against lightning strikes, it dodges sharply before unleashing a bite that snaps the victim's skull, turning brutal venomous snakes into a lucrative strip of protein. The mongoose possesses an ultimate evolutionary biological weapon. The acetylcholine receptors on its muscle cells have structurally mutated. As a result, the alpha neurotoxin molecules in the king cobra's venom slip off completely, unable to bind and paralyze the mongoose's respiratory system. Snakes are creatures with a low metabolic rate. Their muscular system operates on anaerobic energy and will accumulate lactic acid extremely rapidly after a few minutes of exertion. The mongoose continuously moves and changes direction, forcing the king cobra to constantly twist its body until the giant is exhausted, losing accuracy in its strikes. However, the king cobra is not like common cobras. Its venom glands contain maximum capacity. If deeply pierced by the king cobra's fangs and injected with a fatal overload of venom, the mongoose's resistance system could still collapse, making it pay with its life. In the battle for survival, sometimes surviving and walking away is the true mark of the victor. King cobra versus mangrove snake. The mangrove snake, a nightmare of the dark, wearing the eerily majestic royal colors of Southeast Asia's mangrove swamps. Possessing a glossy black body punctuated by arrogantly brilliant yellow bands, this butcher establishes absolute authority on the branches overhanging the water's surface. Not relying on exaggerated front fangs, this butcher possesses exclusive rear fangs paired with a ruthless chew and bite tactic, locking down and pumping toxins to block every lifeline of its victim. Its venom is a mild neurotoxin to humans, but an extremely potent death sentence for birds and lizards. But today, it becomes the prey of a stronger foe. Encountering the mangrove snake, the king cobra immediately proves the caliber of a specialized snake eater with a bite that tightly locks the head region. This critical strike not only strips away the chance to bite back, but is also a smart instinct ensuring the scales on the prey's body fold down in one direction. Because, if swallowed by mistake from the tail, the rough scales would stand upright, easily tearing the predator's fragile throat. Despite the victim's body still convulsing continuously, the king cobra expands its incredibly elastic jaw joints to leisurely begin the meal. The two lower jaw halves move completely independently, combining with sharp teeth to slowly drag the loser's corpse deep into the darkness of its stomach. The encounter closes coldly, proving an immortal theorem of nature. The larger will strip the life from the weaker. King cobra versus cobra. Amidst the reptile kingdom, the king cobra is truly the greatest nightmare for its own brethren. Even though the opponent is also venomous, this king dominates completely thanks to its gigantic stature and a bloodline capable of auto-venom resistance. With its elastic jaw joints expanded to the maximum, the victor uses its sharp teeth sunk deep into the flesh to slowly devour the victim. The two lower jaw halves move alternately as if walking, rhythmically dragging the prey deep into the narrow throat. Snake meat is an incredibly protein-rich but low-fat food source. This high-quality feast provides enough nutrients for the king cobra to live healthily for months without expending effort to hunt. The ruthless wilderness has no room for mercy. The overlord has asserted absolute authority by swallowing its own kind to sustain its own life.
I hope this helps clarify some things, everyone.
What you have just watched shows that in the world of snakes, venom, speed, and predatory instincts do not always guarantee victory. Just one misjudgment or a moment of lost advantage can completely reverse the situation, turning the hunter into the one who must pay the price. If you found this video fascinating, please hit like, leave a comment to share your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel to continue exploring many more dramatic wild moments. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next video.